What have you got? Wow.
Our F1 tickets.
We're going. It's real.
I know. I wonder what they look like. I can finally meet you. Are you ready? Who's meeting us? I guess just F1 in general. I don't know.
Are you ready?
And then these are our tickets.
Wow.
Yeah.
They made sure to put Yuki on there. Wow.
We're going.
What an exciting day.
October 7th through the 9th. We're going to be there.
Wow. This is going to be our anniversary present.
Yeah, big deal.
Okay, see you in a month. Yay, we made it. Time warp.
Done it.
But let's rewind for a second. How did we get to Suzuka Circuit, and what did we do on our weekend before the race even started? We started our trip on Thursday, but actually I didn't know where this train was going because Zeb had a really fun surprise planned for our anniversary. I knew we were on our way from Kanazawa to Osaka, but I didn't realize that we were stopping at Lake Biwa for a fun overnight stay. Hello?
Hello.
Can I come in?
I guess.
Look at our hotel! That was so fun. This was a surprise. Okay, so admittedly we've already been in the room, but like very briefly, and then I walked back out again so that Zeb could get my like reaction, because the whole trip has been a surprise because he's so nice. Anyway, you have to take your shoes off here. Okay, now for the exciting part. Are you ready? We have a bath in our room. Look at this thing. So I'm gonna put on my yukata later, and then also over here you have your little overcoat for your yukata, so you can wear it out and about in the hotel if you want to. And also you get a little snack. Looks like we have some special crackers that have a lady in a bath, just like me. That's what I'm gonna look like in a second. Zeb's so fun. Look at this room he got. Our little yukatas on.
Yeah, we're relaxing.
Yeah. I don't think I tied my obi right. That's okay.
Yeah, I didn't tie mine. Mine's not very artful, but I like the surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah, I did not expect a bath in the room.
Oh yeah?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't expect the, sorry. Chester poking out. My bad. There was a review of this place, and one of them was talking about this woman, and it was something about, like, I got a rugged husband, and there's a lot hanging out, and they don't make the yukatas big enough for him.
Wow.
And they said something about how, like, apparently the hotel staff had, like, asked him to change at one point. And she was like, so if you're a rugged man, this isn't the place for you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That night, Zeb had made a reservation at a very fancy dinner location called Kaiseki Kiyomoto, which specialized in kaiseki dinner sets. Kaiseki meals highlight nature, peak seasonal freshness, and local ingredients. Depending on the restaurant and the kaiseki meal that you get, there will be a different number of courses, and of course the exact execution of the courses will be up to the chef and the seasonality. This is probably one of the fanciest meals we've ever had, but it's also one of the most memorable and delicious food experiences I've ever had. On Friday, we left Lake Biwa and we started heading to Osaka. Unfortunately, it was raining. Luckily, the 7-Eleven by the hotel had some umbrellas for sale, so we could be a little bit more prepared for the day. Once we got to Osaka, we walked around for a little bit, and we stopped to get some okonomiyaki for lunch. After we settled into our hotel, we headed out to the Dotonbori area in Osaka, which is the famous entertainment district. It's really well known for the lights, and we were definitely admiring all of those as we walked around the streets that night. And that brings us to Saturday, which was qualifying day at Suzuka Circuit for the F1 race. The whole reason that we went to Osaka in the first place. Honestly, we just bought our F1 tickets too late, and all of the hotels in the area around the Suzuka Circuit and even in the surrounding area in Nagoya were all sold out, so Osaka was the next best choice. What we were supposed to do was go from Osaka Namba on the Kintetsu line and head to Tsu, where we would then get on the Ise Railway line and go to Suzuka Circuit. Instead, we headed to a JR station in the Osaka station, not Osaka Namba. When we got to the ticket booth, the only option that we were presented with was the JR line, which took us on a Shinkansen to Nagoya first, and then down. The time that this route took was actually not that different because the Shinkansen is so fast, however, it was twice as expensive. If you're visiting Japan and you have the JR Rail Pass, you might actually want to take this route because the trip would be free through your pass. Either way, we finally made it to the right stop, and we got out at Suzuka Circuit, with everybody else. From that train station, it was about a 20-minute walk to the circuit. As we walked to the west area and we found some seats, the excitement levels were high. We were there just in time for the third practice, so we got to see the F1 cars going out and practicing the course, and it was so cool to see them in person. There were also a lot of really unique motorsport racing themed snacks at the circuit, which was really cool because Japan is very into omiyage or souvenirs, and food is a really easy and popular omiyage. The line to get from the Suzuka Circuit station out was really long because there were only two options. You could go north to Nagoya or you could go south to Tsu, which is the way we were trying to go. Luckily we had bought those tickets in advance, but we still had to wait at least 45 minutes to get on a train. After our mistakes from the morning, this time we knew to get on the Kintetsu line and not the JR line. The train was extremely comfortable, and in a couple hours we found ourselves back in Osaka Namba. Sunday was race day. We were so excited. We had bought some merch at the circuit the day before, so we were wearing our F1 shirts. We knew to get on the Kintetsu Limited Express line. We were on our way with plenty of snacks. The only bummer was that there was some pretty heavy rain in the forecast, so we made sure to bring umbrellas and ponchos. On the final train from the Tsu station, it was cool to see that even the train cars were themed in celebration of the F1 race that day. I thought Saturday was crowded, but Sunday was even more packed. It's race day. I hope we get to see some racing because it's supposed to rain a lot.
But it's not raining now,
so... I was definitely cheering for Charles and Carlos that day to overtake Max and make Ferrari the top spot.
Like the big square when you come through the main gate.
Yeah.
It's like the shops and food and a lot going on.
Yeah. Okay, we found seats.
We did.
We got here in time for the
But we have to wait and see what the weather will do, but nevertheless I think we have a good car and
The Drivers' Parade isn't part of the televised broadcast, so before we came this weekend, I actually had no idea that they even did this, but it ended up being probably my favorite part of the weekend. So the drivers get in classic cars, and without wearing their helmets and kits so you can actually see their faces, they drive around and make a lap and wave to the crowd. It was really cool to see your favorite drivers face to face. Even though we were from a distance, it still felt like they were waving at you. It was especially cool that we got to see this driver's parade because unfortunately the rain was coming and it did kind of mess up the plans for the race day that day. Hello? It's 12:40 and the rain started. It's not very bad yet. I hope there's a race. Hopefully in 1 hour there will be a race. They did a couple of practice laps to make sure that the weather wasn't too big of a hindrance and that visibility was okay. And once they decided that it was good to go, they did their formation lap, and then it was lights out and away they went. Right off the start, there was carnage, and unfortunately, Carlos was in the barriers before he made it around to see us that first lap.
Oh no, son. Oh, safety car.
It was a little bit of a chaotic first lap, and they actually ended up red flagging it, which means that the cars have to go back to the pits and the drivers get out of the cars.
You think they'll restart?
No.
A one-lap race.
We waited for a long time, hoping that maybe the weather would change.
There it is. We're going home.
We're going home. Well, we're going to Osaka.
What did you think?
Well, the one lap we saw was really cool.
Yeah, the one lap was great.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad that it wasn't longer than one lap, but
Yeah, me too.
it was a really cool single lap, and it was a cool overall experience. I'm glad that we got to see the driver's parade, and also I'm glad that we came yesterday to see qualifying. But yeah, we stayed moderately dry. Now we're gonna head back to Osaka.
My only regret from the weekend is that once we made it back to the train station, we heard that they actually did restart the race. So I was pretty upset that we had mistakenly thought that that was it and they weren't going to be restarting. However, at that point, after sitting in the rain for a couple hours, we were pretty wet and cold, and so going back on a warm train and getting some okonomiyaki in Osaka was actually a pretty good alternative. This cheese okonomiyaki did not disappoint, and it was definitely gorgeous as advertised on the menu.
Very good.
It was a really awesome weekend all around, and hopefully we can see another F1 race in the future.